so welcome to Kart. You might be surprised that Super Mario 3D World is only my third favorite 3D Mario game. I mean, sure, there's 100 billion gazillion cats in the game, and cats are the best. But I prefer Galaxy and 64 more. But once this channel is called Kart, I may as well do a top 10 on it. So today I'm gonna make a top 10 of the top 10 hardest Super Mario 3D World levels. I will be considering how hard it is to collect all the green star and the stamp, but it will be mainly on how hard it is to complete the level. But with that, let's get into the list. Number 10 is Glum Bubble Inferno, whatever it's called. I know most people put this high on the list, but I don't think it's too hard. It's pretty short, but what you do in the level is really hard. What you need to do is stay on this moving block. This is super hard because if you fall off, then you're gonna certainly die by the lava. The first obstacle is these piranha plants. Did Nintendo actually think you should stay on the block? But because it's way easier just to go onto the platform the green star is in. I thought green stars were supposed to be hard to get and unpractical to get, but that green star is actually easier to go for than doing in the intended route. That's just bad level design. And then after all that, you finally get a break from that moving platform. And there's not much to talk about here, besides that the checkpoint not being that far away from the start makes it a bit easier. But then you get back onto the block. And then there's these hammer bros, and you see that platform, you think we should just stand on that. But no, because nobody's gonna be able to stay on that platform. If you're trying to, you might be able to kill the hammer bro, but then you'll just fall into the lava. And then nothing much happens until we get to this block ride. This lava path is so long, and it's so annoying. I mean, luckily it's the last part of the level, and luckily the level is quite short, which is why it's high on. It's only 10th on the list. But it doesn't stop this from being hard. Number 9 is Footlight Lane. This would be a super easy level, well not too easy, but still an easy level, if it wasn't for one thing. You cannot see the ground. That's just annoying. Sometimes you think the path goes in a straight line, but when you go in a straight line, you'll find out there's actually a curve in the path and you'll fall to your doom. If you want to have a chance at this level, you need to constantly ground pound the floor so you can see where you're going. Unless you're a 3D World Master and somehow know what all the paths look like. I also remember having a hard time with this level when I was trying to get all the green stars and stamps. This level isn't too hard, but it's still a pretty high level. Number 8 is Cosmic Cannon Cluster. Surprisingly, the hardest parts are at the start. To start off with, you have to control this ramp. And you need to jump onto this platform to get the cannon. And the cannon hat is so annoying because it shoots automatically. Don't need to press a button unless you want to charge it, but it's just so annoying. And aiming with it is super annoying, so good luck getting the stamp. What you need is to hit a question mark block to get a path to get to the stamp. And then after that, you need to do perfect jumps on these cannonballs to get up. And how is anybody supposed to do that? To be honest, I don't even know how I got up in the footage. And there's the underwater section. There's not much to talk about, but you need to shoot a cannonball at those cannonballs to stop them from killing you. That probably didn't really make any sense, but I think you get the idea. But after the checkpoint, this level is super hard. We've already talked about how hard it is to aim your cannon blocks, so how about they add a whole section where you need to aim your cannon blocks at targets. To start things off, how is anyone supposed to get that green star? When you're at the end of the rails, there's no guardrails to stop your truck thing or whatever that platform's called from going off the edge. So while we're aiming at this green star, you need to constantly move back and forth. And then after that, there's another section where you need to hit cannonballs at those target things to stop you from going off the edge. Aren't those sections your favorites? And really, that's all there is in this level. Number 7 is Rainbow Run. To start off this level, you'll be jumping on some rainbows, which isn't too hard. It picks up a bit more difficulty when you're jumping on those round rainbow things. Some are smaller, but they're still pretty easy. After that, there's a Plessy section, which is pretty easy. But after you jump off Plessy, you see some torches and a door. And obviously, you could use a fire flower to open the door and potentially get a green star. But here's the thing, there are no fire flowers in this level. So you need to go to a toad house or somewhere to get a fire flower. And then we have this extremely annoying platforming section. How does anyone do this? I mean, it's not too hard, but it's still pretty annoying and can take you a few attempts to do it. So it's not too hard, this level, but I still find it pretty hard. I see Nintendo tried to make a Super Mario Galaxy inspired level because they thought people would just like it because they had nostalgia for the game. Well, it didn't work. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, Minecraft is like the only video game that I have nostalgia for. But that doesn't matter because Super Galaxy is really hard. You'll start by jumping on moving platforms. And you have to be pretty good at this game not to fall off the platforms. I remember when I was trying to beat this level for the first time, I had a really hard time doing this section. Anyway, after you get to the checkpoint, there's this stamp, which is pretty much impossible to get. Like, how do you do that? And then we've got these dumb octubers that shoot these annoying cannonballs at you. And you can't jump on them or use Rosalina's spin dash to kill them, even though they could be killed by most of those methods in Super Mario Galaxy. I think you can see why this is a hard level, so let's move on. Number 5 is Rolling Ride Run. You start this level by riding on one of these cylinder things, and you need to be at the very edge of the cylinder to move it. And that's pretty much the whole level. And that's just annoying. But then, when you get past the checkpoint, you need to ride this cylinder. But there's a bunch of enemies coming towards you. And I hope you're playing as Rosalina, because one of the green stars requires you to stand on a switch with Rosalina. Although, to be fair, you unlocked Rosalina the level before this run, so I guess most people play as Rosalina in this level. But they might not find the switch until later in their playthrough. And I actually think my Nintendo Switch may have got Joy-Con drift for doing this level. Now I'm not sure about it, but I did see Rosalina walking without me moving the analog stick. Or maybe that was just something else. Don't you just love Nintendo and how they sell you $119 Joy-Cons that don't work? Best company ever. Number 4 is boss lists. You need to beat every single boss in the game besides Bowser to complete this level. And now sure, most of the bosses are easy in this game, and Meowth is probably the only hard one. But here's the thing, the time limit is so strict. Now, luckily it isn't something like 10 seconds, it's a normal time. But it takes you forever to complete these bosses. And some of these bosses are now even harder. Like, instead of finding one histoclap, you are finding 2 of them. And Monthly Boss Blob is now pink gold, which would be bad enough on its own if it didn't predict the worst Mario Kart character ever. I wonder if it actually did predict it. Maybe they just knew Pink Gold Peach was in Mario Kart 8 once the games were in development at the same time, but I'm guessing they predicted it. This is just such an unfair level. Like, who on earth is gonna get through all of these bosses? So for most of this list, we've been focusing on how hard it is to get to the flagpole, but for Piranha Creeper Creek After Dark, we'll be focusing on the green stars. This took me a few days to get all the green stars, because it's so hard to get them all. For the first one, you need to light all the torches in the first area, and it would be hard enough, but there's piranha plants trying to eat you. Luckily there is 2, so it's not too hard to do the first area. But you need some practice before you get good at it. But the third green star is torture. You need to light all of the torches in the second area to get the green star. And it's so hard because you're standing on platforms on poison. So you need to do platforming as well as light all the torches. And it's so hard to aim with the fire flower. And if you're used to using the spin dash to get around, well, too bad, because you can't do spin dashes with the fire flower, it just sucks. And some of these torches are in the most annoying places ever. And if you get to the end and realize you missed one torch, well, then too bad, because you're definitely not going to get back to the start of the level. And now let's go on to the World Crown levels. Number 2 is Mystery House Marathon. You need to do 40 challenges to get 40 green stars, and you must do them under 10 seconds. And there's no checkpoint. So if you die, you go straight back to the start. And you're going to have a lot of attempts. And they don't tell you what to do on it, so you have to figure it out yourself in under 10 seconds. Is that even possible? But what you really want to know, not because it's very obvious if you play this game, is what the hardest Super Mario 3D World level is. So let's find out. And the hardest Super Mario 3D World level is... And yeah, obviously the hardest level in this game is Champions Road. You start by going on moving blocks, so you can just long jump over them like I did. And then you have to get past some fire bros, and then long jump over this section, or run across it, but it's easier to walk jump. And then once you get past this section, you need to run across beat blocks. And that's all the footage of Champions Road I got, because I really couldn't be bothered to complete the stage. I don't even know what's it's possible to complete the stage. I mean, I completed it. I don't know how I completed it, but somehow I did. Anyway, I think I had enough Super Mario 3D World for one day. So how about we wrap it up here? Well, anyway, thanks for watching, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're cool enough to have beaten Champions Vote, hit that bell for notifications. And why don't you watch my other two 3D Mario videos? I have also got a 3D Mario playlist if you're that epic. And what do you think the hardest Super Mario 3D World stage is? Leave a comment down below. But anyway, bye!